Hi everyone, today I'm back with another video and today we'll be doing boss raid. Now this guide is more advanced because I will teach you how to solo hell, what are the things that I think is a must and things that are more of tips rather than a must. You can solo BR even without those, but it will be helpful anyway. So now let's proceed. First off, I don't think it's possible for you to solo BR Hell if you don't have the necessary heroes. So, which are the necessary heroes? You at least need one of these, and of course, you will also need good amount of investments for them. And yeah, so which are those? In my case, I'm using Vlog. Um, but the four are Vicky, Mistra, Shana, and Vlog. Uh, the strongest amongst them is Shana. Um, may it be a lead or a supporter, but uh, given how soft Shana is, and if you have not much investment on her, then most likely you will lose by losing your life because she's very soft. She doesn't have the highest stats, but she is the most powerful of them all, hands down. Now, next off is Vicky and Mistra. In my experience, they deal about the same amount of damage and probably Mistra does more. Even though Vicky has more stats, I've seen Mistra deal more damage, but I'm not quite sure about it. Probably it's just my Vicky doesn't have much investment at that time, but theoretically it should be Vicky doing more than Mistra. So next off is Flock, which deals the least damage amongst them four. Why? It's because of how his projectile works. It starts from him and goes around him. Now, pay attention to that. It goes around him, meaning it's not forward, unlike Vicky, Shana, and Mistra. They all go forward and back. And in Vlog's case, it will some projectiles will come from his back, so it's not hitting the opponent until such time. So there will be a lesser time of contact of his projectiles onto the enemies, hence leading to lesser damage. But in my case, even though I have a Mistra dies to me and Vlog does not. And now that Vlog has more investment, Vlog does way more damage than Mistra, so I forgo her. Now, in my case, I use Sherry. Aside from those four, you can have great supporters such as Shirin and Sherry in my case, but it's more of Shirin because Shirin does more in BR and she actually provides tons of supporter effect stats, so that is super great. Now for Sherry, she does decent damage, at least 1 bar against the opponent, 1.5 at times, it depends. So she's a very decent lead and gives more stats than Mistra. And my Mistra doesn't have, it has full growth, it has decent runes, but it has good jewels as well. But they deal about the same damage as my Sherry, but Sherry does have more stats, hence more supporter effect. Hence, I chose her over Mistra. Okay, so we're done with the units. Let's go with the supporters, which is this one. Now, I have mostly all around. Even though I have an EA Orga here, I did not choose it as a supporter because my heal is sufficient right now. I don't have to further upgrade it. I need attack and defense. So most of the time you'd want all around, but there will come such a time that you're so powerful that you'd want actually attack type units. But given that you're here, most likely you're not able to finish it just yet. So I recommend for starters, and furthermore, have all-around units as supporter because they're really great. They provide most of the things that you need anyway. Okay, so those are my things, and notice I have active skills, but usually I don't have. So this video is inspired by my friend because he told me to record, and uh, he was curious because I don't have an active skill, and he said that if that's the case, then if you have I have an active skill, then I will have a shorter time. The thing is, in Asia, I have active skills, but they have good level as well. But I actually finish it longer, not faster. So why? Uh, the thing is, active skill can be casted in awkward situations, like um, when Sahakan, for example, is about to go down. Instead of casting skill, I will cast my active skill instead, and in that case, I won't be able to hit him. I'd rather have uh, my vlog to hit the opponent twice rather than just one time with probably more damage. But in total, 2 is better than 1. Okay? But for this experiment, because I want, of course, the, probably in my case, those awkward situations is rather happening more of the most of the time in Asia rather than in Hermes, because I'm pretty have a bad luck in Asia, but here I'm quite lucky, so I figured I want to try this. So spot weakness. Let's try this. I will have no skill yet. Okay. So we'll have a base. Oh, okay. I can upgrade this now. Yay! Maximum! Okay. This is the only passive skill I can recommend if you want to solo, because it has a chance to 80% chance. It's a very good chance for your cooldown to lessen by 60%, which is super big. You can almost half it, more than half. So it's a pretty nice skill. So having all said and done, let's do this. But before that, actually, I'd like to reiterate, I have good investment on my units. There's a time that I wasn't able to solo Sahakan himself, but after I special upgraded Vlog and Sherry, I was able to. So that's pretty cool. So you might want to do that as well. So let's do this. Solo hell. Okay, I don't buy potions anymore because I feel, well, I can solo it without that, so that's pretty nice. I don't use AI because I want to solo the reward. Let's do this. Hopefully, we'll make it this time around. Okay, press auto skill. So while you are watching me finishing this, I just want to share some experiences that my friends have. So I have this friend which was able to solo BR Hell ahead of us. Like, he's probably one of the few who doesn't use cash in this game that was able to solo it without problems whatsoever, and his time is fairly quick. He has Vicky and Vlog. I recommend always leading with Vicky if you can for lesser time. And yeah, he's able to do it even with Erin. It doesn't have much heal because her HP isn't the best. Dread has more HP, so he'll do more. Orga actually does the best. So if you have an Orga, it is a good healer. Now, I also have a friend who's got a Vicky and Vlog. Also Erin, I think, or Dread. I don't care much about, but the important part here is he also has Vicky and Vlog, but why isn't he able to do so? The thing is, he's using a tanker role. Now, it is pretty big because the buffs of the dealer role is quite big. It does contribute a lot of skill power which will be very helpful for you to finish boss raid. In my case, this dragon. This dragon is fine. The more annoying one, which has tons of bug right now, is Hakan. So don't mind that guy. That is really hard. But even the dragon, I don't think my friend is able to solo it. Solo this dragon. Uh, and that's because of the role. But other than role, I think it's more of the skill as well, because he doesn't level up the passive right now, I think, and he's trying to level it up. But after that, I quite confident that he'll be able to do so. Now, if you think lethal is needed, you don't actually need lethal. Lethal is an awakened skill, and awakened skills are disabled. I'm not sure about will of violent attack, will of harmony, and those stuff. The last time I remembered, it does work here because it's stats, and it's something that works pre-battle. So yeah, now that we're done, we've got 2 minutes left. Wow, didn't know I can reach that. So we now have a baseline, 2 minutes give or take. Now let's try to use let's leave. Let's add an active skill and level up this crit. Okay, so use and upgrade this. Let's level up this to 10. Okay, 15. Have tons of gold anyway. Let's go up to 20. Oh my god. 20! Okay. We've got 8 gold left. Okay, this is 125, which is very interesting. From 60 now up to 110. Let's see. I will just put one, and then we actually use that other one as well. But I won't level that up. I think that's pretty useless anyway. Well, it's not totally useless, but I don't like it. Not comfortable. Then this is the second baseline we will have, having an active skill. Okay, so now back to the stories. If my friend, after leveling up his wow, that did a lot. Okay. Of course, crit does a lot, but that did a lot more than I expected. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, if he's not able to do it even leveling up dealer, then there's problem somewhere, and really figuring out where the problem lies is part of it, because we have different situations. Just because you have the hero doesn't mean you can automatically win. You have to have the right investments, and that is of course considering items, jewels, and especially runes. Runes is most likely the thing that most of us forgot. For jewels, of course, for nukers, you want all green. Sherry, in my case, have different jewels. I like it to stay as purple for the time forever actually, because I computed it. Now for Vicky Vlog, you'd want green for maximum damage. I suggest going for the growth, you'd want crit up. For weapons, you want crit rate. For runes, you want max critical damage, skill damage up, and attack up. Any of those will help, but max crit is very tempting. Skill damage does a lot as well. Oh, we're 3 minutes and we're already at this point. Interesting. Oh, there's this friend who told me that you can actually prevent getting stunned by that, but you will need to do it manually. Once he's about to stomp his feet, you use your skill, and it has to be the leader skill, and you will be able to avoid it. Pretty great. Oh, my HP is critical. I have an Orga, EA Orga, but my Dread actually has more investment right now and does a bit more than Orga, so I chose Dread instead. It's pretty much the same. Look. Nah. It doesn't do anything for me. Even with that other skill, I don't think it will do anything anyway. See? Huh. It didn't do much. Actually, it took longer. But the sample size is just 2 and 1 for each, so probably it's not a good basis. So that is it for soloing hell. Those are the tips that I can give. Now, I will do another run and give some tips that really things that you want to avoid if you're planning to solo hell or hard even. Don't assume that just because you have humongous stats you'll be able to solo. Nuker type is a special case. If I have a special term for them, they are most powerful nukers. The thing is, these nukers have something in common that they share only within them. Each axe that Vlok throws will deal damage individually, and each of them, as they spin, deal damage. So Vlok has multiple projectiles, and each projectile does multiple hits. For example, we've got Lai. Has multiple projectiles, but each projectile, even though it looks like it spins, it only deals 1 each. And that's tons of different than compared to Vlok. Now for Vicky, Mistra and Shana, more of Vicky and Mistra, their projectiles is the same. They throw multiple projectiles, and each projectile does damage multiple times. Now it goes forward, hence they deal more damage. And for Shana's case, I don't know exactly how her works, but it really does a lot. I saw a video where it did a whole bar. You see this individual bar? No, it did the whole color bar. You know, it's blue at first, it went instantly to green. I don't know how that happened, but he has an active skill, so probably that helped. But yeah, I'm not really comfortable in using that. Anyway, you've got to really think hard with this one because, like I said, not every hero is a nuker. For example, the Guardians. I bet any of the Guardians won't deal enough damage even close to Shiri. Because, like I said, they don't have multiple projectile and multiple hits. So that makes a big difference. Ramya might do a lot in arena, but here, nothing. Alex might do millions of damage in arena, but not here. And those stuff. Basically, it's that. There's someone that even said, what is it again? Basically, a ridiculous hero because he likes it, but no, it won't work just because its stats is big. So, basically, that's it. Oh, the time. Okay, the time did improve a bit. But more or less it's the same, so I guess that proves that active skill to me doesn't work. So that's it, and see you in the next. Goodbye.